Raul has played with Stevie Wonder. He's played in every continent in the world. Sting has invited him out to tour with him this summer in Europe. And I think he's off to maybe Japan tomorrow. But it's so neat that we've got Raul here. And besides an incredibly amazing musician, he inspires me a lot. So everybody, please welcome Raul Midón again.
Hello again. It's quite an honor to be here tonight. And before I play, I would like to share a couple of quick stories with you because I've really been I'm very gifted, and I'm very thankful that I have the gift of music. But I've also been helped by a lot of people to be able to fulfill my potential and to be able to be up here and to be able to travel all over the world as a blind person. I don't know if any of you are familiar, but the unemployment among the blind is probably still in the low 90%. So I feel pretty privileged. I want to tell you two quick stories. My first story I'm calling Learning to Drive, the Art of Making Tiny Corrections. Now you might wonder, well, how does a blind person learn to drive? Well, this is something that has had a lasting impact on me. When I was, so we're gliding down the highway and about 60 miles an hour in my dad's 1973 Dodge pickup, and I'm about 8 years old, and we're having a discussion about what it might feel like to drive. And as a blind child who's never seen, I'm pretty convinced that in order to be able to drive, you must be able to move in a straight line, right? And I was pretty obsessed with straight lines at that time because it was one of the things I just couldn't do. I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't cut straight. I couldn't cut a piece of paper straight. I couldn't do almost anything straight. Maybe that's why I got into jazz. So my dad, being the astute and loving person that he is, said, no. It's not about straight lines driving. It's about making little corrections. Let me show you. Now, we are going down the highway in the middle of the night. He said, I want you to come over and I want you to put your foot on my foot and notice how the vehicle responds. So I move over to the driver's seat and I put my foot lightly on his. And I notice that the vehicle is responding. When we push down on the accelerator, it speeds up, and when we lift up, it slows down. And he said, now I want you to be ready to put your foot on the accelerator. I'm going to take my foot off. And I want you to put your foot directly on the accelerator. Now, we're still going down the highway. There's not a lot of people on the road, but my dad is a pretty courageous guy, right? So he takes his foot off the accelerator, and there I am with my foot on the accelerator. And he says, now I want you to put your hands over my hands on the steering wheel. And so I put my hands over his hands on the steering wheel, and I noticed, maybe for the first time, the art of making little corrections. I noticed that a left meant a slight left, not a big left. And a right meant a slight right. And that we weren't, in fact, going straight down the highway as I thought, but We were driving in wavy lines. And so then we did that for a few minutes, and he said, now, he said, I'm going to take my hands off the steering wheel. I want you to put your hands over mine, and now I'm going to take them off. And one hand at a time, he took his hands off the steering wheel. And there I was, driving on the highway, 60 miles an hour, with my foot on the accelerator and my hands on the steering wheel. And when he said left, I made a slight left, just like he had done. And when he said right, I made a slight right. And I experienced the art of making little corrections. And when I think about it now, I kind of get a queasy feeling in my stomach when I think about what could have happened. You know, what if we had to put the brake on really suddenly or something? But at the time, at that moment, I felt no fear whatsoever. I was fully present with full faith and full trust. And so from that day forward, every time I wake up in the morning, I think about how can I do what I do better? Whether it's writing a song or making a speech or playing the guitar or just being a more responsible, compassionate human being. And now I'd like to play. Well, before I play, I'm going to tell one other quick story. You know, was mentioned about trees. And I'll tell you a quick story about a tree that was planted with me. For 10 years, I went to a boarding school, which was a school for the blind. And I became the president of the student council there, and I started to go around representing the school, and I realized that although the school had a lot of facilities, this was in New Mexico, the New Mexico School for the Visually Handicapped, I realized that I wasn't getting the academic education. I was behind in a lot of ways. And so I said, I've got to figure out how to get a better education now. You know, I don't know, 9th, 10th grade, and I have a friend that is going to a prep school in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I start going there just to kind of visit, and there was no way I was going to be able to afford that school because it was $3,500 a trimester back in 1981. And someone, to this day, I don't know who, made an anonymous scholarship for me to go to that school. And that's why I'm here today, because I was able to figure out how to get that education and how to go to college and how to do what I was called on this earth to do. And so I want you to think about every time that a company adapts something so that someone like me can use it, so that someone with a disability can use it, you're creating infinite possibility there. Infinite. And now I want to get Paul to give me my guitar, and I'm going to play you a song that I wrote after 9/11 called Everybody Can Be Somebody. Picture yourself in a world where there's no one else, nobody anywhere. A moment ago, there were voices and faces to look upon. You can't see them anywhere. Nothing more to say, and no one left to say it to anyway. Oh, listen what I say, that everybody can be somebody, and everybody is free to make a difference. Everybody can be somebody. Everybody is free to make a difference in this world. Picture a world where the people all feel their worth. Children are everywhere. Now there is a reason for everyone's time on earth. Wondering why you should care. Nothing more to say, and only love can see us through. Anyway, oh, listen what I say, that everybody can be somebody, and everybody is free to make a difference. Everybody can be somebody. Everybody is free to make a difference. Now you don't have to be a big celebrity to feel the power in your soul. Oh no, you don't have to be a big star on MTV to realize that in your eyes is a view that only you can see. Everybody can be somebody, and everybody is free to make a difference in this world. You can make a little difference in this world. I can make a little difference in this world. She can make a little difference in this world. He can make a little difference in this world. You can, I can, she can, he can, who can make a little bit of difference in this world. Everybody gonna make a little bit of difference in this world. Talk about everybody gonna make a little difference. Everybody gonna make a little difference in this world. Thank you so much. I'd like to play you a song that I had the great honor to work with one of the great songwriters and song interpreters of the 20th century, Mr. Bill Withers. So, I don't know if most of you know, but Bill Withers hasn't worked with anybody in a long time. And I was in Italy. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to get some sleep. And I got a phone call. And I answered the phone very sleepily, and I said, hello. He said, hey, Raul, how you doing? I said, who is this? He said, it's Bill Withers, man. I want to write a song with you. And I thought, somebody's pulling a joke on me or something. Nobody told me this was going to happen. He said, I want to write a song with you, and I want to write it in Spanish. What? Spanish? I said, last time I checked, Bill Withers doesn't speak Spanish. I said, Mr. Withers, and I had switched now because I realized maybe it was him, so I started calling him Mr. Withers. I said, Mr. Withers, what do you think the song should be about? He said, I've got the first 2 lines. Are you ready? I said, let me get my pen and paper. My pen and paper. I got my digital recorder out. I said, go ahead, Mr. Withers. He said, the first 2 lines are, mi amigo cubano, hola, ¿cómo estás? But he didn't say it like that. He said, mi amigo cubano, hola, ¿cómo estás? And I thought, okay, Spanish 101, that's cool. And he said, now you work on that. Click. And we went over to, a few weeks later, I was over at his house and we were writing this song. And I realized that I was going to be the translator on this one. He said, Raul, how do you say, how's your wife in Spanish? I said, ¿Cómo está tu esposa? He said, put that in there. He said, Raul, how do you say, my brother, we don't talk anymore? I said, mi hermano, no hablamos más. He said, put that in there. And that's how we wrote this song. So this is a song that I wrote with Bill Withers. It's called Mi Amigo Cubano. Mi amigo cubano, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasó, mi hermano? Tú y yo no hablamos más, separado por circunstancias fuera de nuestro control. Y a pesar de las distancias entre tú y yo, aún eres mi amigo cubano. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo están tus hijos? Tu esposa y tu mamá. Tengo en mi memoria noches bailando en Habana. Y es nuestra historia que vivirá en mí. Recuerdos de ti, mi amigo cubano. Te extraño, te extraño, te extraño pensando en ti. Y de tu forma de trabajar es lindo recordar tus manos danzando con herramientas, trabajando juntos cuando yo te vuelva a ver. ¿Qué pasó, mi hermano? ¿Qué pasó, qué pasó, qué pasó, mi hermano? Tú y yo no hablamos más. Quisiera saber de ti y de todos tus amores. Mi amigo, mi amigo, mi amigo, mi amigo, dulces recuerdos de ti. Espero que te encuentres bien. Y si te quiero ver, quizás un día nos encontramos otra vez, pescando sobre el mar. Se desaparece el tiempo cuando tú estás y el amor cura todo el mal. ¿Qué pasó, mi hermano? Mi amigo cubano. Mi amor, mi hermano. Mi amigo cubano. 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 Mi amigo. I got a couple more for you. I'd like to do, you know, as songwriters, we write about all different aspects of life, and I couldn't do this without doing one love song. This is a song that I wrote when I met my wife, and it was maybe the second or third date, and I wanted her to notice me. And so I knew she was in the audience, and I wrote this song, and it worked out pretty good. It's called Waited All My Life. Whenever I'm near to you, I don't know quite what to do. My body starts shaking. Baby, I'm not faking. If you would turn your eyes to me, it wouldn't be so clear to see that I'm not mistaken. And I'm hoping that you'll see what we'll say upon that special day. With our hearts is more than words can say. You'll be in these arms of mine eternally, yeah. And I have waited all my life for you, but I didn't know it. But I didn't know it. No, it's not the way you look at me or your personality. It's deeper than these things, and it's been going on so long. You gave your love so naturally. You go to my heart, you see. You're all I'm dreaming. Baby, we were meant to be. And what we'll say upon that special day, with our hearts is more than words can say. Now you're in these arms of mine eternally, yeah. And I have waited all my life for you, but I didn't know it. I have waited all my life for you, baby, but I didn't know it. Oh, no, no. I get along without the moon, get along without the stars, get along without the rainbows in the sky. I get along without the joy that would surely fill my heart when I can look into your eyes. Without love I can't survive. for you. But I didn't know it. Hold on, I have waited all my life for you. Oh, but I didn't know, I really didn't know. Oh, I really didn't know, no, I didn't know when. Don't you know that I've been waiting all my life for you? Don't you know that I've waited all my life for you? But I didn't know it. Oh no, until right now. Thank you very much. So I'd like to conclude with a song that was kind of inspired when I moved to New York City, and you know, the reality of moving to New York City at first is pretty stark for a musician. Your rent is tripled and your space is cut in half. And there's a lot of musicians in New York City, so your phone doesn't ring right away. And so I wrote this song, and the hook of it is I want to be rich. And when I first showed this song to some people, they said, "Oh, that's crass." But it's a metaphorical as well as a real sentiment. This is called State of Mind. Used to sit and worry about the future. Worrying about the future don't change the past. Used to think tomorrow would be better. But now I know that I'm doing the best that I can. I'm just a man trying to find the reasons why I stand. Took some time to realize that I am what I am. And I want to be rich, I want to be happy, and live inside a love that shines bright enough to last a lifetime. Want to be rich, more than a fantasy, ride the winds and climb, 'cause it's all a state of mind. Wake up in the morning and I turn the pages. Don't understand what's going down. Everybody's acting so outrageous. It's gonna take a lot of love to turn things around. I'm just a man trying to find the reasons why I stand. Took some time to realize that I am what I am. And I wanna be rich, I wanna be happy, and live inside a love that shines bright enough to last a lifetime. I wanna be rich, more than a fantasy, ride the winds and climb, 'cause it's all a state of mind. hear people talking about going to heaven. Grab a little bit of heaven right here on earth. The troubled times lead to healing times. I was sad, now I'm feeling fine. It's the taking and the giving that makes this life worth living. Makes this life worth living. I want to be rich. I want to be happy. And live inside a love that shines bright enough to last a lifetime. I want to be rich. More than a fantasy. Ride the winds and climb. Ride the winds and fly. Ride the winds and climb. Because it's all a state of mind. Yeah, it's a state of mind. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for what you do. Thank you.